Hey everyone, my name is Pritam and watching Tech with Pri. Welcome to my channel and I'm back with another exciting technical video. And this is the sixth video of our newly created technical series, ServiceNow Developer. So in my last video, we were continuing the discussion about the glide record methods, different glide record methods. So you know that I have explained you there are so many methods available in glide record. So I try to complete all the methods, all the important methods that you are going to need, most commonly used method, you could say. I have completed it with the help of two videos, right? So in the last video, I completed the second part. So, and I discussed all the methods that are relevant again, and not only discussed, but you know that what I love is to explain about those things and practically show you, right, how it works. So I have done all of these things in my PDI. Each and every methods we have discussed, we have worked on also, right? So that was a very, very important video, both the video of glide records and also very importantly, I have informed you that as you know, this API has containing so many methods, like not only glide record. Today we are going to start about GlideSystem. That is another API. So it has also a lot of methods, right? And it is quite impossible to discuss about all methods, and not all the methods are relevant or you're gonna use very often, right? But I have mentioned you that in certain scenario, maybe in your business requirements, right, you need to use certain method that is not very commonly used method, but you need to use it to make your work very smooth or something like that. So for that, how you're going to find all those methods and how you're going to know about it, how you're going to practice, all of these things I have discussed in my last video. So it was a very, very important one. So if you missed that one, don't worry. Link will be there in the description, and also you can find the link here on your screen. Just to remind you that this is a series I'm doing for preparing the CAD examination and also to become a ServiceNow developer. So make sure that you are watching the series from the beginning to get your idea, clear your idea, and definitely practice it in your PDI. And let me know for any confusion in the comment section. So what we are going to learn today? So today we are going to learn about another very, very powerful API of ServiceNow, and we use this API a lot inside of our ServiceNow development, and this is nothing but the glide system which I'm talking about. Although in my past video of exploration of ServiceNow API, I have shown you or discussed little bit about the glide system API, right? And I told you that glide system API is very powerful, and we use the GS, which is the global object, right, of the glide system. Okay, so we are going to use GS only. So in glide record, you have seen that we declare like a variable like var gr equal to new glide record, and then we use gr dot different methods of glide record. So here we don't need to declare the glide system API or the class, because it is already been declared. Already the global object GS is available to us, right? So we are going to use GS, and we will see different methods of GS or glide system and how it helps. Again, each and every method I'll go with it, and I will show you how it works practically in my PDI. So let's jump into my PDI and make sure to watch the full video to get all of these things, okay? All right, so I'm in my ServiceNow PDI, and I hope you are too, because as I mentioned, like you have to practice it so that you clear your concept, okay? If you don't practice just watching, then it won't help you. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's start with one of the most common method and very important one. I'll tell you why. We are using a lot since glide record. So it's the gs.info. Okay, and gs.info is a very powerful method, and we used to print things, right? So maybe take with print like this, and this works. I even explained you while mentioning this line gs.info previously. So info is a method of the glide system which actually helps to print anything that you want, and it also helps to store log information. So what is log I'm talking about? So before I tell you more about gs.info log, let me discuss about another method called gs.log, because we have to understand first what is log, right? So if anyone is watching this video right now who is good in programming or who actually works in programming, so they know about log. Log is very, very important while checking the issue, where the issue is happening, and like maybe you want to check some value whether it's coming correct or not. So don't worry if you don't have any idea, because we are going to use log practically in business rule, in script include, in different server-side scripting. To give you an idea, GS.log actually stores the log information inside of ServiceNow. So for an example, like maybe I will just type var a equal to TechWithPri. Okay, and what I want is that gs.log, and it should log the value a. Okay, that's it. If I run it, so you can see the output is coming as TechWithPri, fine, but actually it stores the value somewhere. Where it stores, if I go to the all section and if you type for log, so you can see there is a system log, and from here if I go to the all section, okay, that background script has gone. So I'll open it in a new tab. You can see this is the message. This is a log message has stored here. You can see the date also, and this is the source script, so I have written it from the background script, the time and also the message what I've stored, right? So when you work in a developer instance for your clients, so you won't see that 7,000 logs. Probably you would be able to see 3 lakhs, 7 lakhs, this kind of amount of logs, and then it's quite difficult to find out, because many people are using the developer instance at the same time, and also they are generating logs for their script, right? It's quite hard to find your script. So in that scenario, what you can do is that, again, I'll do like where a equal to maybe this time I'll log service now. Okay, and I will put gs.log. This time I'll store the value a. So I'll put the name. Actually, it's a source. So I'll show you. So maybe test. Okay. So now if I run this, it shows service now, but now you see it is represent as test. So the second parameter on gs.log actually represents source. So now if I go to the log section, now if I refresh it, so now in the source tab, if I just make search of test that we have given name just now, you can see that we have the message service now. So if you're writing a business rule and there you are using gs.log, then if you mention some source here, that would help you to find the record very quickly. And I'll show you again when we'll work on business rules and scripting to all those stuff, right? So that's how log works. So log actually stores the message inside of the message inside of the log area, right? Okay, now the gs.info, the method that we are using, gs.info, that actually very helpful when you are working with a scope application. So in scope application, you cannot use gs.log. You have to use gs.info because gs.log is a global object. I understand that right now, maybe you are not able to understand about the global and I mean, what scope I'm talking about, what is global and what is, private scope or something like that. So I will discuss about it in a altogether separate video. For the time being, just know that if you're working on a global scope, then gs.log is being used. Other than that, if you're working in a private scope, then you will use gs.info because gs.log won't work. Okay, more about it, I will tell you later. All right. Also, like I said, you cannot use gs.log in a custom application. Also, you can use two very common other methods. So if I go here and if I go to this section, you can see there is also warning and error. This is also something, where you can check error. So you can write something on gs.error and also gs.warning. Both of these things actually works in a private scope. Again, you can simply write like gs.error like this, and you put something message error or whatever, any variable value. So now we have learned gs.info, gs.log, gs.warn, gs.error. So all these methods are very, very important, very, very handful, and we are going to use this in our server-side scripting. Okay. And also that while doing gs.log, you should mention the second parameter so that you can get your information in the log table very easily. Okay. There is another very common method which is the gs.print. Gs.print is kind of the same like info, but the main difference is for gs.info and gs.log, all these informations are stored in the log table, right? But for gs.print, it never stores any information. It's just for printing. So maybe just like this. TechWithPri, I want to use it in a background script, something like that. So actually it works like this. Okay. While explaining GlideSystem, I have informed you that GlideSystem is a very powerful API and it mainly used to get the information about a system, right? And the user. So now let's see something about the user. So gs.getUserDisplayName. So if I run this function, it's a very important one. If I run the script, okay, I need to print it somewhere. So again, I'm going to use another gs method, that is the gs.info that we were using. So gs.info, gs.getUserDisplayName. So it will show me system administrator because that's the display name. But sometimes or most of the times you will deal with the sysID of the current logged in user. Okay, so gs.getUserID. Okay, get user ID, and if I run this, You see, this is the sysID, and you know that in the caller field of the incident, we can only use the sysID, right? Because it's a reference field. Now, that's a very clear idea. I hope it's very clear. I've discussed this already in my admin videos. So all the reference fields stores the sysID of the information that is coming from a different table. For an example, like incident table in the caller field, information is coming from the user table, right? So what I can do is that I will just write a program quickly. So maybe var gr equal to new glide record. Okay, for the incident table. So gr.add query. I want to see what are the incident where the caller is me or the system administrator. So I will do like caller ID. That's the name of the caller field. And here I will use gs.getUserID. That's it, because the get user ID will give me the sysID, and the sysID will be the value for the caller ID, and it's a reference field, so it will show me only the incident where the caller is system administrator. So gr.query while, so because I need to see all of the incidents. So in my previous video, I told you the difference between while and if, right? But this should be while, because I want to see all of the incident which is created by me or system administrator. So while gr.next is there, and what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna print gs.info. I want to print the number. What are the incident number is there? All right, so I'll run the script, and there is only one incident I can see which is created by system administrator. I'll just confirm it. So I'm in the incident table right now, and I will search. You can see this is the only one. Maybe I'll just do show matching. So you can see there is only one incident where the caller is system administrator. So you can see I did not need to write the caller name manually. That all I use the method get user ID. Like I said, it's very, very powerful, right? So that's how we get the user ID. So let me remove it. So this time I will use, so I can also get the username here. So get username. So that is also very useful. So if I run this is the username of the system administrator of my account. Okay, so I can get the username by using get username. Also you can see also we can get other information like current scope. What are the current scope user is logged in? So right now I'm logged in a global scope, so it should show me global. Just to quickly show you, if you come in the ServiceNow page here, so here is the option where it shows, you can see my application scope is global. So update set is also in global, that is default. Again, more about these things we will discuss in later videos, more about advanced topics, because basic understanding of update set is already there in my ServiceNow admin series. So here we will discuss about more advanced things. Okay, so you can see application scope is global right now, so it should show me global. So if I just type it right now, sorry, I need to give the function or method sign. So if I run the script, you can see, so it is showing rhino.global. So rhino is the JavaScript engine name, so nothing need to worry actually. Okay, so it is showing me the global scope. That's it. Okay, so let's see other methods. So there is a method we were using, that is gs.getUser. So if I just type gs.getUser here, it actually gives me some, information about the user profile. And but the interesting thing is that this get user method actually is coming from the glide user. You can see if I hover on it, GlideSystem method get user, which is also coming from glide user, returns a reference to the glide user object. So this get user, which is a method of GlideSystem, it gets the value from the glide user. So that means if I use get user dot, you can see there are different methods of glide user that you can see. So get company ID. So if you have a company in the user field in the user table, so you can see that right here. Display name, it's kind of similar. We have used that gs.get display name, get user display name. Get ID probably will give you the sysID. Yes, sysID. So it's same. Let's see what we have. We have get name, get preference is not that important, get and set preference, but it is very, very important. These two things has role. So you can check if a particular user is having a certain role or not. So for an example, has role. If I want to check here, I need to give the name of the role. So ITIL maybe. So I'm checking whether the current user is a logged in user is having the ITIL role or not. And trust me, this is gonna very helpful. You can see it's coming as true, a boolean value. So as admin, I have ITIL role. Also, I can check I have the admin role or not. If I run, you can see I'm having the admin role as well. So this is very important for the validation. So when we will work with different business rules, script include or server side scripting, so we will use that. We'll put this kind of query in the condition section to check that whether a particular user is having that role or not. Then only maybe the user would be able to see a button. Okay, if the role is present. So it is a very useful one. So do practice it. Okay, has role, and also we can check whether a particular user is a member of some group or not directly from scripting. Member of, maybe I'll name some group. Not sure what are the groups available. Let's see. So app engine admins, this is a group which I am not probably member. Am I? Okay, no one is member. So I will see whether I'm a member of not in this group directly. It's a false, so I'm not a member of this group, right? So you can see how powerful this is member of method and the has role method from the GlideUser API, right? So this is again very useful. And okay, so lastly, I'll show you another very powerful method, which is the gs.getProperties. Now, what is get properties? What is properties I'm talking about? So properties are nothing about, there is a table in ServiceNow, which is the sys properties. So sys properties, where there are many information that is stored that it's not of very often change actually. So you can store information here and then you can access it from scripting. It is very powerful, trust me. So let me show you an example. So I'll give a name of test, maybe test property, test dot property maybe. So you can give any name, doesn't matter. Property description, nothing as of now. So you can store any type of value like string. You can store an image as well. You can store password, string, true false, anything. So for an example, I want to store a true false value and I want to make it false. I want to store the value false. So whenever I'll call the test property, it should return me a false value. So let's make it as small t. Okay, that's it. I can also give private or different rules here. So I will copy the name of the property and I'll click on submit. Okay, so new property is created now. Now what I'm going to do is that, so gs.info, gs.getProperty, and here I will paste the name of the property, which is the test property. That's it. And if I run this, you can see it is coming as false because I stored the value false in the property, right? So here you can store maybe a sysID of a particular record that probably you are going to use in a script. Okay. And this you can access actually from anywhere, any server-side scripting, this gs.getProperty. And it is very powerful. So now, again, the more method you will know, the more powerful you will become in ServiceNow development. Also, there are other very powerful method like days ago, beginning of the month, where actually it gives the returns the time and date, which is very important. Okay, so again, if you want to know more about GlideSystem methods like glide record I've shown you, again I'm going to show you. So just go to developer.servicenow.com, and in reference you choose server scope.global. Again, doesn't matter. Then you will search here about glide system. That's the name of the API, and you can see there are so many different methods are there. So you go ahead, click on those method and see how it works. Very quickly, 1 or 2 lines are there, and you can practice it in your PDI and let me know for any problem or any issue, right? So I'm gonna end this video. I know it's quite long, but I hope you won't get bored because different methods we have discussed, and all of these methods you should practice in your PDI to get the concept clear. So let me know in the comment if you have any doubt. Hit the like button if you like this video, and don't forget to share with your friends so that it can reach out to many people. Also, don't forget to follow my Instagram channel where we will discuss about technical topics and also like tech news and many more interesting things. Okay, see you in my next video. Bye bye. Take care.